Welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on a very busy Monday, catching up stuff. Great thing this morning, we had Kevin was over with me this morning for an hour and a bit, had a chat with him, nice to have him here. And then this afternoon, to be honest, we've been catching up with all the orders. As you know, we fell a little bit behind getting all the orders out. We are desperately trying to get back on top, and by tomorrow we totally will be. Put it this way, another 3 big mail sacks of all your orders went out today, and then obviously you've got the last of them is going to go out tomorrow with the last of the medals as well for the Big Ink of Japan group build, which we'll speak about in a moment. But anyway, first of all, big thank you to obviously Hans and Steve yesterday, and for you guys who joined us for the live show. 2 and a bit hours I think we were on for. Seemed to go really well. I don't think we had any sound problems this time or lag and anything else like that. You're always going to get little bits of echoing and stuff like that. It's just the nature of bouncing signals around the world. And obviously at 60 frames to give a high quality image and things like that. So generally you're always going to get that a little bit. This isn't going to be a studio quality. We don't have satellite trucks and do it like that. It is just using good old fashioned telephone lines to get a signal, bouncing it all around the world and then streaming it off to you guys. So unfortunately it's never going to be just as good as perhaps doing a normal broadcast like this. But generally it all works very, very well. But anyway, great questions. We went through, hopefully answered as many questions as we could. We went through the ones from YouTube as well. Sorry we didn't have any time to do any more, but said we went over by about 20 minutes anyway, just to make sure we answered as many questions as we possibly could. The other thing as well, we did the draw for this, which went to David Biddle. You've won this excellent airbrush, and so I'll shoot you a message right now to actually confirm your address. I have got an address for you, which I've got down in here, which is in Harlow, but I want to make sure we have got the right one, okay? So I'll get in contact with you, but congratulations, you were the prize draw winner for this one for this month. Again, don't forget, we're going to have another prize draw. We're going to actually have 2 next month. We're going to have one for one airbrush, one for another airbrush, and various bits and pieces. So you don't have to be a member either. All you'll have to do is either comment, like, or subscribe to any of our social media ones. If you're not a member, you can do it through that, and obviously members, you're going to be entered into them all automatically. We'll do a giant pull and then pull somebody else at random, and then we'll do another one for a non-member completely at random as well. Okay, so as you say, just make a comment really on any of the YouTube ones, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, and we'll make sure that you're entered into the draw. Anyway, big day for this one. I finished off the paintwork. We are making our way through here. So actually I went over it with MRP like I said I was going to do. I was going to put the markings on, and then I was just a bit worried about getting overspray over the markings, so I decided to just do this in one. So this one this afternoon just had what I call a touch-up coat right the way around it, which again is by using a different type of paint. This is a lacquer base now onto technically an acrylic. You just get the different types of tones and sheens and various things in there. So what that happens is when the wash goes onto this, it will stick in some places better than others, and it will give you a very natural look. But now hopefully you can see we've gone in and we've cut in properly now the demarcation lines between the 2 ghost greys, which is this, don't panic you can't see it, I always do, but you don't have to, because when you put a flat coat onto this, the light ghost grey and the dark ghost grey become very noticeable, but actually when they're side by side it's very hard to see them when they're quite shiny. But generally we've been around, touched in all the little bits and pieces, just smartened it all up. We've got a nice coat of paint down on there now, so now we can actually push on with it very nicely. So tomorrow afternoon, to be honest, I'm going to get a wash coat onto this one. We're going to get the markings onto it, and we can make our way through. And why I've got down in here, we've got all the parts for really getting them painted up, start to get them fixed, weathered, and all the little bits and pieces. And then whilst that's all drying and going off, we're going to work on the gear, get those sorted out, the weapons pylons, all the little bits and pieces all over this one to really bring it to life. But I must admit, very, very nice model. It's coming together, the weathering, the painting and everything else is going to be a lot of fun with this one, so stick with us. Part 7 of that is up with you now, and is the last of it of what I call the fit issues. The nacelles on the top, we spoke about these when we were working on it. They are a little bit nasty, shall we say, but again, just a little bit of patience, a little bit of test fitting, and I show you basically putting these nacelles together with no filler, okay? And that's what I'm saying about it. It's what I was trying to get over last week. A lot of people are quite happily to kick a kit and it's unbuildable and this, that and the other, you know, as a joke, but you know what I mean? With this one, again, I just sort of showed you that actually, no problem, we're just going to sand and we're going to test fit and maybe shave a little bit off, and we got them on there, lined up, no filler, no nothing required. Straightforward build. Okay, a little bit of plastic card just as a shim, and we were good to go. So again, it just shows you those things. Then obviously fitting it down onto there. So really it's the last big structural part of this build. So have a look at that one if you've ever had problems and test fitting. And really this is what this particular episode is all about, is like troublesome kit, it's got a few little problems. how do you fix it? So that's what we show on that one. And then obviously on Wednesday we're going to put up part 8, which is going to be then the last bits onto this one and into the painting stage. And then what I'm planning on doing is Thursday you're going to get another part as well. So there's going to be 3 parts of this up this week, because you're playing catch up now. I'm starting to get a little bit ahead, so I'm going to try and drag you along a little bit with me, but generally coming along very, very nicely. So there you go, you can go off and see part 7 of that one now. Last up, finally, I have done the group build video, which, to be honest, it's because there was 190, I think it was 197 entries in total. Obviously some of you done duplicates and things like that, or 3 or 4 in one thing, but that's the actual individual model count. Our biggest, most successful group build to date. Obviously the medals, which I haven't got any here because we're all in the other room, have all gone out now. Remember, if you had a model that is obviously in the reveal and you haven't sent me your address yet, please do so. I need it ASAP. I'll start chasing people up probably next week. I've got about 10 guys who haven't said they need their medals yet, so I'll start to chase you up afterwards. But if you can, it saves me a bit of time than having to go through and get your address and send you a message and everything else. But most of you, your medals have all gone out now. There is a few just in the other room that I've done this afternoon. Those will go out again and we'll get the rest of them all out to you, but technically it is all completed. The standard of the work again was absolutely fantastic, and it doesn't matter if you're a pro builder and loads of aftermarket, or it's a straightforward out of the box. And what was beautiful about this build is that we had the kids involved as well. So we got some of the kids in there. They did some little figures, various bits and pieces as well, working along with the parents, showing them what to do, and hopefully a little bit of spark of interest into the hobby a bit. Absolutely fantastic. So tomorrow it's going to be tool time, so we are going to be looking at the paint shaker, and I'm going to be taking you around for our next thing, which is basically behind here. We're going to be talking about spray booths, paints, lacquers, thinners, all the things that I do in there, airbrushes as well. So that's going to be tool time Tuesday with you. We'll be back tomorrow. So that's it for today. I'm going to leave you with your great work from the Big in Japan group build. So happy modelling, take care, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.
wanted to run, we wanted to fall together. Back then our world seemed so clear. We grew so bright, shimmering lights around us. We'd take flight into the sky. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see.